Hello everybody, PlanetWalls here. Welcome back to Casual Drafting with me, PlanetWalls. We're going to be doing a Masques collated booster draft. This format sucks. It's acknowledged as sucking pretty publicly. It's kind of fun for that reason. Some of the situations you get yourself into are so awful, slow-moving, and atrocious that it actually makes it kind of fun. And because the packs are collated, it's really hard to predict what you're going to get. One of the tasks you have to sort of engage in when you're doing this is drafting cards that are worth a lot of money. Because no one drafts this set, a lot of the valuable cards or playable cards in Legacy and Classic, for instance, soon to be Vintage, presumably, are actually pretty valuable. Tango Wire, Rashad and Port. And so it looks like we're off. We're going to see what we got. We have... here, I should blow this up because a lot of these cards are going to be not currently known. Like something like Sandstone Needle might actually be worth money. And so this is sort of how you have to draft this set, right? Sandstone Deadfall. Okay, hang on. So put Sandstone Needle in. That's worth $3. So these are the sorts of situations you get yourself in. Let's see how much this Brainstorm is too. Essentially, it's like figuring out what is playable and at the same time what is worth taking. Mercadian Masques is $2, so Sandstone Needle and Brainstorm are both pickable cards from that perspective. Creatures you control have Fear, that seems good in a mono black deck. I'm not sure if we're going to be taking that. Each blocking creature and each blocked creature, not very good. This guy regenerates. Whenever he becomes blocked, they have to discard a card at random. That also doesn't seem that great. This is free if they're playing blue, essentially. I think I'm going to take the Brainstorm here, mainly for money reasons. Okay, so we have Moonlit Wake. Whenever a creature dies, you gain a life. That seems bad. Okay, so this like exiles cards. I don't think that's probably very good. Vine Trellis, and then again, Sandstone Needle is worth money. That might be what I take for that very reason. This card has the potential to be playable, but is certainly unpleasant. This guy's probably pretty good in this format. Really, this format is so random. I mean, something like Nightwing Glider might be good. We're going to mark the Sandstone Needle. Vine Trellis is probably what I would take. Actually, Rusting Golem isn't horrible. I'm going to check Parallax Nexus, though. And also take a sip of my drink. Okay, hang on. Let's just go here. And we're going to go ahead and go with the Needle. Anyway, there's no way this is worth anything. It's terrible. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Actually, that could be exactly what happened. It's worth essentially nothing. Okay, so now here we've got Sustenance, Sacrifice Land, Suppress and Legate. This is another free guy if they have a mountain. Oh, Submerge. Submerge is good in this format and also might be worth something. Also, I should check Rhystic Study. So those are the cards I'm going to check price-wise. Again, you have to. This has to be the game you're playing when you're. So that is not really worth anything. Doesn't look like. Then what was the other card I was talking about? Submerge. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we have to take that because that's worth nine ticks essentially. I would probably take the Airship over it, but I guess we have two reasonably playable cards. Brainstorm isn't optimal in a format like this where you don't really have a lot of shuffle effects. Hickory Woodlot could be really good. Actually, Stronghold Biologist might be a really good card. High Seas is funny. Wandering Eye is funny. Lawbringer kills a red dude. There's Lochlithrug, which is bad. I'm going to look up the Hickory Woodlot. Again, it's like, yeah, Hickory Woodlot's worth more than a tick. You know, it's like good in Pauper. So, like, what you have to do in this format is you play in order to get a little bit of cash, I guess. It's like playing the lottery. And also then you get to build a deck with your crappy deck. I'm sorry, you get to build a deck with your crappy cards. Um, to be honest, I'm not... I kind of want to take this. Let's counter some creature spells and make the game go on forever. So I could have taken the land there. Heart of Ramos can't possibly be worth anything. This is like Squadron Hawk, humorously enough. But when will you ever have enough Howling Wolves in a collated series of boosters? Any player may activate the ability. That's questionable. What is this thing? God, that's actually scary. Mercenary permanent card. Converted mana cost 4. This card actually seems really strong to me. Unless any player pays X. That's actually good card advantage sometimes. And then there's Ramosian Sergeant if we want to go Rebels. I actually would rather go Rebels than Mercenaries, but I'm more inclined to think people are going to be going Mercenaries. I could also take the Heart of Ramos, but again, that's bad. I'm sorry, I think more people are going to be fighting over the Rebels, so we're going this route. Might not be good, but... this card was reprinted in New Phyrexia. It's a green card, I believe. Let's see, what does the cut purse do? Each opponent sacrifices permanent unless they play 1. Has the potential to kill a land or something. I'm gonna look up the price of Seal of Cleansing. I think it's been printed so many times. I would highly doubt if it were worth anything. But it might be worth checking. No, 4 cents. Out of these cards, none of them are very exciting. There's the Woodlot. This thing finds lands. The Woodlot again is worth a little bit more than a ticket. I'm going to take this, conditional removal spell though. This is also a conditional removal spell, or a slow removal spell. This seems pretty horrible. This is playable, like I said. What is this thing? Oh God, that's pretty horrible too. This is a bounce spell for non-creatures, essentially. I'm going to take this. This guy can't block, so this guy's just like a bad attacker. He's probably not good in whatever deck we're constructing right now. Again, Mercenaries are good, though, so maybe I should consider that. And I think people won't take this card because they won't recognize its removal or potential beats. Again, not exciting. Any player may play that ability, huh? Wow, that's pretty atrocious. Flash flying, so that's a bad combat trick. You can pay this for free by having people gain life. What's that called? Reverent Silence. Anything free, I always want to check. Somehow I doubt this card is worth anything. It kills enchantments, I guess, for free if you control a forest. God, all these cards. I guess this is the best one? Or I should have taken the combat trick. This is like a bad piece of equipment with humorous art. Look at that. Wish I could make fun of the art and just sit there and do that, but it takes so much effort and energy. Yeah. Rush with Legate. Should I see if that's worth something? Or should I just take the land that's worth a tiny bit of money? Nope, that's a nickel. That guy's terrible. This... God, everything is bad. I'm taking the land. Here, what is this? Return it to owner's hand when it becomes blocked? Wow, how strong. Target creature can't attack or block this turn, so... Wow. All this is terrible. This creature strikes me as clearly the best card. Look at the art on the swamp. It looks so drab. I mean, maybe that's what they were going for, but just not very exciting. Here, this is presumably Captain Sisay enjoying a piece of fruit, posing in a marginally sexualized way in the same way maybe a woman in a Swiffer ad would pose. This is free, I guess, so it's scary. God, these are all so bad. I guess maybe the Sustenance was the card to take there. Now this is totally playable because it's a Grey Ogre. This pack is actually insane compared to what we've seen. And I say, oh, this card's getting in there. And I guess nobody knows that these cards are worth something. See? That's what you're learning from watching me drink Jameson and eat salami, which is essentially my dinner, and draft one of the worst sets ever. So we're going to cost sort. we should probably hide these lands, not because they're completely unplayable, just they're all out of my colors. Barbed wire. For a minute I thought that was tangle wire with different art for some reason, but that's sad. Beginning of each player's upkeep deals 1 damage. You can prevent it. This is flying, and you can sacrifice lands to attempt to massively kill them in 1 turn. It's kind of humorous. Might try that. It was on the packs. This guy's nuts. I think Waterfront Bouncer might be worth something. So we're gonna Waterfront Bouncer. So we're gonna search that. Then we're also gonna search Peat Bog. Waterfront Bouncer is kind of nuts, actually. Here's another one of these, which I think might be good, but got like some lame dudes here. These things, let's see, the Charm Peddler is actually irritating to play against too. Waterfront Bouncer is only a nickel. It is not worth more than that. So Peat Bog is the other card I said I was going to look at. So let's go ahead and figure that out. That's 85 cents, so it's not as expensive as the other ones are. Battle Rampart isn't so bad. I'm going to take the card that I think is... screw it. We're going to go with the 5-mana win con. Not sure if that's right, but it looks kind of fun, and I'm interested in tapping out or sacrificing all my lands to try and like win in a turn, which is horrible. This is like a terrible removal spell. What is this? Green card gives something vigilance. That's totally crushed on the color pie. All lands become 2/2s until end of turn. Doesn't only turn your lands into that, so I take it that that's not very good. I'm going to search it. May have been reprinted somewhere else. Natural Affinity, right? What if a card had affinity for lands? What is this? Natural Affinity? Yeah, that's right. Did I spell it wrong? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't have time to think about this. Lightbringer kills black guys. We got a lot of black dudes, black creatures. I just sounded racist over and over and over again. Wow. This Pestilence is for 1. God, this entire pack is absolutely terrible for us. We're going to take that thing. I should not have taken that. What is this? Okay, so it's like the cut purse version. What is this here? Bad combat trick. Choose target creature, end of turn, destroy creature's blocked. Okay, turn something into a basilisk for a turn. Okay, yeah, Vendetta is a good card, but I might want another flying thing to break stalls. Let's see if Vendetta is worth anything. Natural Affinity is not. Vendetta, of course, wouldn't be because... Oh, $2. No, for foil one. So the question is, do I want this removal spell, or do I want this dude that is another 5-drop that flies? Might make them sacrifice a permanent. I think I'd rather have the removal spell here. The truth. This is pretty unexciting. Hey, I'm recording. X damage divided among... X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. That's expensive and unexciting. Just accumulated knowledge and a trickster mage. Look at the art on this thing. Oh, I'm pointing at this ball. Pay 2 life to regenerate this dude. Everything is so bad. I guess I don't think accumulated knowledge is worth anything. I know it's played in Pauper. But I would be shocked if it were worth anything. There's Trickster Mage, which is at least a creature, kind of. God, this whole pack is bad. Maybe hating Squall is right. Everything is, even, that's not even very exciting. Oop, am I typing in the, am I spelling something wrong? Maybe. What did I take? Aura Fracture? An accident? Oh, how lucky. So I should have picked something there. Spiketail Hatchling is probably what we'll end up taking here. This thing returns to your hand, which is super irritating for your opponents. Here's the second one of these we've seen, which is humorous, I guess, worth noting. What is this? Oh, cool. So it's like that 3/2 for 5, but it's a 2/2 for 4. Sky Shroud Cutter is free if you have a forest. Revive is like returns a green card. I think Spiketail Hatchling is the best card here, actually. I'd be shocked if any of these other cards were worth something, but I guess I'll look up Revive. There's so many cards named Revive that it won't even fit there. We're going with Spiketail Hatchling. Now, a lot of these must have Revive in the flavor text or something. Anyway, here, this is an actual removal spell, so that's scary, but we might want to go with a 2/2 Island Walk, actually. This thing is actually good. It's insane. This is actually, I guess, a good pack comparatively. This is a Dragon Worm that's also an artifact creature that gets Trample. I don't need another 5-drop. I think this might be insane. Would be dealt to you this turn by target unblocked creatures dealt to its control. No, that's not insane. So I take the 2/2 Grey Ogre, or do I hate a removal spell? Maybe we'll splash this because our deck sucks. So I'm taking it. And destroy all artifacts with convert mana cost X. Look at that guy. He's in the circus. Mind Swords. Yeah, each player exiles a bunch of cards. And you can sack a dude instead of pay 2. Gulf Squid, I think this guy's secretly good in Pauper. I secretly think this guy's good in Pauper. I'm not sure which one I think is right there. This is at least a flyer with some longevity that's really irritating because you have to sack lands. This doesn't do anything in this format, and it's not worth anything. So we're going with this guy. Should stop, maybe think about what we're putting together here. Some sort of horrible deck with Spineless Thugs and Spiketail Hatchlings. Doesn't look good. There's another Sky Shroud Cutter. That is an unfortunate card. Wow. Everything is so bad. Is this the best card? Because it makes it sit around twice. Look look at this guy grin. He's all bloated and blue and disgusting. It's really not very good in this format, though. Like, they just won't kill it. Not very impressed with those. I don't want any of these cards. They're all so bad. I guess I'll take another Rampart Crawler, which is a bad 1/1. So here we have the Cut Purse, which is like the footpad, and like that 3/2 that I didn't take. I almost want to hate draft this rather than take this 1/1 for 3. Maybe I take the Peat Bug to ramp. I don't know. This is... I could hate this. Again, I could hate this card. I'm taking the Peat Bug for the 85 cents. Might play it. Kill a land, give somebody Vigilance, and regenerate. This thing has Mountain Walk. I guess that could kill us, kind of, because we might splash. I don't know. None of these cards are good. This is foil. I'd actually rather take the land destruction spell and just board it in if they're splashing or something. Okay, so we're back with another set of picks. I guess this is what I take because it's a combat trick. All these cards are horrible. I guess this makes something unable to block sometimes. I'll take this card because of the art. This is just funny. I didn't even realize this card existed except for earlier. I don't want to give any guy regenerate, really. I don't think. This is funny. It might actually be playable in Pauper. I'm taking this thing, though. Discarding a card at random. I suppose no, I never want to board that in. I'm taking this in case I decide to go red, which makes no sense at this point. My wife nods knowingly. Hey, look, there's a tornado in the plains. A Desert Twister, which actually should be green. So I definitely should have taken the Waterfront Bounce over that Copperleaf Angel, but I guess that card's just so much more fun, kind of. Embargo. Non-land permanents don't untap during their controller's untap steps. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. Well, that seems difficult to use. Land Grant is the card that I want to look at price-wise here. It's $1.60. And then we've got Archmage, which is actually insane. I might take in Splash. What is this? People bathing. Target player gains 6 life. That's super exciting. Embargo, I'm going to look up the price, but I would be shocked if that were worth anything. And it is not. There's Dark Ritual here. Rashad Airship is a good aggressive card. There's Land Grant. Like I said, I'm going to end up playing these red cards. This card is nuts. Muzzle is, I believe, a removal spell. Dealt by enchanted creature. Yeah, it is. It's white. Here's a Dark Ritual Maker. That's terrible. Yeah, we're going with this. Oh, this thing. My little sister used to own Magic cards, like, I don't know, 4 booster packs worth, and this was one of the rares she opened. We couldn't even play it in this. You can't splash this card, but it's bad anyway. We're going to take another removal spell, I think. The Thunderclap. We'll never be able to use this alternative cost since it looks like we're going to be splashing that color. There's also this, which might just be really good. Yeah, it's a singularly fire-breathing dude, I guess. I kind of always like this card because it's good with Volrath Shapeshifter. Well, you can see right through his cloak. So it's between this removal spell. What is this? That's funny. It has like a weird drawback, I guess. There's also a Blaster in this pack, which is crazy. I actually might want to take the flyer over the removal spell. No, I'm not. I decided I want to secure myself on red. What is this? Creatures can't block unless their controller pays X for each blocking creature. Wait, is this insane? This might, like, allow your guys to get through all the time. This is also decent. So red is clearly the way to go, and here's another one of these. What about this Viceling? Number of cards in hand -4, that's probably not very good. This is terrible. So I'm actually between, like, this effective 3-drop, and then this enchantment that might be insane, and then this flyer. I actually think, like, I have to worry about losing, because I don't have a lot of good creatures. I've got some bad ones. There's also this, which regenerates, which I guess is scary, and then this crappy mercenary. I'm taking this crappy 3-drop flyer, which actually doesn't seem that horrible right now. Maybe this is where I go the Zarappa Minotaur route and just go full on red. This makes their spells essentially cost 1 more. There's also a counter spell here, which is probably pretty good in this format. So it's either like this Minotaur or the counter spell, and I guess I'm definitely in blue. Oh man, this troll is probably pretty good. Like, maybe I should be in green. I don't know. This gives something Shroud and this has Shroud, because you know it's bad when you're really hoping that they don't kill your aura that gives something Shroud. Okay, that makes the game go on forever. Cool. We're going to take Counterspell. Oh, Pale Moon. This was classically one of the worst cards ever printed. Here. See how much that's worth. Pale Moon. 16 cents. That's funny. Non-basic lands produce colorless mana instead of what they're supposed to until end of turn. This thing comes in free sometimes and might actually be insane. This guy is a 3/3 that might be unblockable. This is like that bat from Guild Pact, but it's worse. This thing has like lifelink essentially. And what is this? Okay, I don't care about that. We're going with this thing. I don't care how many colors we're playing. This might be free. I don't know. Everything's so bad. I love this guy. I played this in a 12-land Stompy deck once. Vine Dryad. This card's a funny free card. Let's see if it's worth anything, since it's rare. 95 cents. Pretty shocking. So it's a 1/3 Forest Walk for 4 that has Flash, so it might kill something. This is poor. What is this? Tap or untap something? No thanks. Has Fear. What is this? Can block only creatures with flying. It gets... This is like a shade that costs a ton of mana. That might still be good. Might be better than this Vine Dryad, that's for sure. We're going with that. Oh, cool. This thing's actually nuts. This might be worth something. I know it's played in like Classic and Legacy. The Masques one is 15 cents. So we won't be taking that then. We'll probably be taking not Haunted Crossroads. What about this? Nope, probably not that. What does this do? That's kind of cool. Let's look that up. I mean, we're not going to be playing it, obviously. Not sure where anybody would play it. We're definitely going with the Horn Claw, because we'd like to have as many 5-drops as possible, apparently. This guy seems poor. Your opponent can just kill it on their turn. Maybe I want to hate draft this. Or prevent the next 1 damage. Any player may activate this ability. God, I hope no one plays that. That would just be unpleasant. Yeah. All these look pretty poor. It's the worst art of any disenchant. Deals 1 damage to each creature without flying, which I guess would kill this. And everything sucks. I almost just want to take this because of the art. Because it's just people bathing. This is bad. Everything's bad here. I guess I take this because I can sideboard it, or I take this to hate draft it. I guess I do that. I don't know. This is actually kind of like a counterspell for removal, so I'm taking it. And it's probably getting in there. And this lapped. I was originally debating whether or not to take this. This is like that 3/3 for 3 that I was talking about. We're going with this. Might run it. This is all bad. That's clearly the best card. I guess this is better, but I'm not playing it. Okay. And then we got an island. Okay, so I don't know here. We got a lot of bad cards. This is just going to go in because it's a bad cantrip for 1. Probably better than drawing something else. For sure, these are all getting in there. Yeah, sure, why not? That slow counterspell dude. Submerge. This we might board in because it's so expensive, but I could see putting this in the main. We'll definitely think about it. These guys suck so bad. I was hoping to get more mercenaries, but they're all so bad I probably didn't want to take them. Yeah, get in there, you 2/2 for 5. Soul Strings. Yeah, I think we're going to have to play that. What is this? This is a 4/3 Fear. That's pretty good. Despoil is probably not going to get in there. Yeah, that's kind of like removal. I think we probably play this main, despite how horrible it is, with things like Counterspell. Counterspell might get cut for mana reasons, and here we're looking at the Spineless Thug. That's just something that this guy can find, which isn't very good. Yeah, I don't care to give things first strike. Maybe I'd change my mind if I understood how this format worked a little better. This guy's getting in there. He at least beats for a couple turns. Yeah, that's super unexciting. Peat Bog probably does not go in there. We don't need red until turn 3. And we're going to have to see what we want to splash. Probably just those cards. I don't think we want to splash this wall. So this isn't even enough playables, which you'll notice. So now we have to see what to do with that. We'll probably play 18 lands, just so we have enough. That seems like a viable decision. War Cadence, I guess we can bring in, because sometimes it's just going to make their guys unable to block, because none of their creatures can block unless they pay X for each one. We don't have a lot of good creatures, of course. I guess the Submerge goes in, because it can interact with the board. This is horrible. I don't really care to make their guys come into play tapped. This thing, is that an Antuka or is it a lady with a mask? It looks like a lady with a mask. Is it an Antuko? Can't believe I asked that question. That should have been something else, but I'm not sure it would have been playable anyway. Maybe we just put 18 land in. We do not have enough playables, for sure. So like a Spineless Thug better than something else? It might be. Let's look at Spineless Thug in tandem with some other things. I think it just gets stalled down. Like, this card is not very good. It's just a not Deepwood Legate. This Mercenary can find it if we haven't drawn it yet, and then it still can't block something to trick him out. I just don't think it's worthwhile. So So we're like splashing black for 2 double black cards. That's bad. This might recoup some losses. It's like basically we have an invasion block mana base. And I might actually bring this in because it makes these castable, and I guess it could ramp us. Yeah, we're going to do that for sure. So I'll calculate land and probably replace 1 swamp with that, even though like then it doesn't allow you to play this for free if you don't have that swamp. Everything's just horrible, don't worry. This is just how it's going to happen. We're playing 18 land. Unless I want to play this. Giving guys first strike, how good is that? Seems pretty bad. Our deck is like a bunch of crappy gray ogres. We have... be prepared to only watch 1 round. So we don't need this till turn 3, which is noteworthy, but we barely need anything before turn 3. Islands are most important, followed by swamps. Guess I should have taken a land grant. No, that wouldn't have done anything. There aren't any dual lands. What does it suggest? 4, 6, and 8? That can't be right. We need 7 here. I don't know, maybe we do need 8 over here. This is like an invasion block mana base. It's really bad. I could do 3 on the mountains. That seems super risky. I could replace a swamp with a peat bog. That also seems bad. I mean, I don't want to play fewer than 6 black sources because of these. Yeah, we're going to go the risky 7 islands. They're also bad. Counterspell's okay late game. So we'll do that. We'll put in the peat bog. This gives us 7 black sources. I don't know, 7 might be too many. Everything sucks. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll put in the special island. Yeah. So if we draw an island with that art, we know it could have been a swamp. Alright, we're submitting. We'll see you round 1.